welcome to the celebration of the 20th anniversary of NYU SPS Public Relations and Corporate Communication Program. It is so good to see everybody. What an honor to welcome you this evening. As chair of the department that serves as home base to the degree program, that's the Integrated Marketing and Communications Department, I am honored to welcome program alumni, founding program leaders and faculty, current faculty, and NYU leadership, friends of the program, and more importantly, current students. Give us a shout out wherever you are to this very special occasion. The PRCC program launched in 2005 with the first cohort graduating in 2008. And they are here and in force. Welcome, everyone. I keep calling you the originals. OGs. John T. Doorley Jr. was a visionary, and he was the founding academic director of the program. Coming to NYU from a remarkably successful public relations career to develop and lead the program from 2004 to 2014, building a strong foundation for the Powerhouse program. John Doorley is here in spirit tonight. He's unable to join us in person, but he is well represented by his son, Jonathan Doorley. Where are you, Jonathan Doorley, right now? This program gained quick recognition under John. It earned the inaugural Public Relations Education Program of the Year in 2009, and the Education Program of the Year again in 2010. Under the very capable leadership of Michael Diamond, the program won the PR Week Award for Outstanding Education in 2021 and joined the PR Education A-List in 2023. Today, our academic director, Dr. McKenna Schrey, APR, where is she? There she is. Dr. Schrey oversees a thriving program of more than 160 students in classes taught by more than 24 accomplished leaders in the public relations profession and scholarship. It is no wonder the program is now routinely on the Public Relations A-List, and last year earned the Global Alliance Global Program of the Year as part of the Integrated Marketing Communications Department. So globally, we're a powerhouse. Since its founding, the PRCC program has prepared 1,754 graduates to navigate and lead in today's fast-changing media landscape. Alumni, as you can see here tonight, hold communication leadership roles in top corporations, agencies, nonprofits, and government organizations across more than 40 countries. Today's PRC student might be utilizing very different platforms and technologies to research, plan, and execute public relations strategies and build and protect organizational reputation, like AI and contact, things we talk about every day in our classroom. They may be dealing with new challenges of mis and disinformation, deepfakes, and AI slop. I just heard the term shrimp Jesus. Look that up, everybody. You'll see very cool when you're talking about AI slop. But they have the same drive to excel in this profession that inspired John Doorley from day one. And I assure you, they are excelling. I'm deeply and sincerely grateful to Brunswick Group for welcoming us to this simply sensational setting this evening. Tonight would just simply not be possible without the Brunswick Group and its support for the next generation of strategic communication leaders. I also want to thank the Integrated Marketing Communication team members who work so diligently to plan and promote this celebration. Tasneem, Marissa, Robin, Catherine, McKenna, David. Thank you every day for the creativity and caring that you put into the jobs that you do. Thank you also to the NYU SPS Alumni Relations team and our events team at NYU SPS. And we would simply not be here tonight without the enthusiasm and insight of two alumni of the PRCC program who inspired this evening's event and were critical in its planning. Thea and Lisa, you two We're going to hear from you later, but you two personify the NYU SPS PRCC graduate. You're smart, strategic, engaged, can do, energized, all in. You will hear from Thea and Lisa very soon. Another inspiration behind this celebration, of course, is Dean Martin Eric. He's Associate Dean of the Division of Programs in Business, who is the driving force behind the driving force. Always encouraging us to continue to build on what came before and never rest ever on our laurels. And I would like to welcome him now to say a few words.
Thank you so much. So this is a birthday party, kind of, right? So guess whose birthday it was last Thursday? A wonderful host. And she already left, so Stephanie,
And she doesn't get the cake.
you're gonna get the cake. So happy birthday belated, and welcome. I feel in these uncertain times, what is really special is family and community. And if I look into this room, isn't it amazing? Current student, former students, current faculty, former faculty. Like, we're all coming together because we're passionate about public relations, we're passionate about higher education and teaching the next generation. So I'm super grateful for all of you showing up, supporting us, and the team, of course, organizing this special event. 20 years is a special number for me as well, because 20 years ago I came to this beautiful country. I thought I'd stay 4 months, and I never left. Became a US citizen a couple of weeks ago, so very happy about 20 years. But little did I know in September 2005 that John Doorley and his team were creating this amazing program. And we at the School of Professional Studies represent a different kind of education, different brand of education. A brand of education that is driven by industry needs. It's not the ivory tower professors coming up with something. It was John Doorley saying, well, industry needs this, and let's partner with an institution of higher education, NYU, to build a great program that gives students the skills that can apply on day one in this beautiful city that is New York City. And so I feel, talking about competitive and comparative advantages, that's it. Our program is not only validated by the university, it is validated by industry. And so I think we can be very confident in talking to prospective students that we're really at the pulse of time in terms of what is happening in the industry, and the public relations, corporate communications industry is so critical during these crazy times. And so I'm happy that we, our faculty, our staff, can help society in creating new leaders that will steer this country and the world forward. Now, with the changing world, of course, we also have to change curriculum. And that's, I think, another thing where SPS is different. We're always working on what's the next curriculum we need to prepare leaders. And so big shout out to Dr. Shrey, our academic director, and to Kathy, who have been working very hard to think about the next generation of curriculum as well. I'm also super happy to have Catherine Metcalf here, who is helping us on so many fronts. And she herself is a big example of what makes SPS great. She has the intellectual curiosity of an academic, but she has deep experience from industry, and she's helping us in so many ways. So thank you, Catherine. And with that, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you continue to support us, because we are about the next generation. We're about the next phase in public relations and corporate communications. And so over and back to you. Thank you for making this happening.
Thank you, Martin. So we would not be here tonight without the enthusiasm and insight of two alumni, which I told you about before, and they are again from the original class. And they truly inspired this evening. They were critical to its planning, and that's Thea and Lisa. You're going to meet them in a second. Let me tell you a little bit about them. As Managing Director of Strategic Growth at Global Gateway Advisors, Thea champions a growth mindset across all levels of the firm, empowering teams to innovate, collaborate, drive results across industries and specialties. Business development and strategic growth are a passion and skill set for Thea. She first honed them at MSL, then further developed at Ketchum, and now at Global Gateway Advisors. She focuses on driving strategic growth for the agency and shaping how it engages with clients, both new and existing globally. She has over 22 years of experience across agency, in-house, and nonprofit public relations sectors. Thea continues to drive public relations education in and out of the classroom. She was an adjunct professor at Hofstra University in 2012 to 2014, and a capstone advisor for this program, all you capstone advisors and capstone survivors, in 2015 to 16. She's been guest lecturing on the importance of growth mindset and professional development ever since. Lisa J. Cox also has deep experience in communication, marketing, and social media. As a PR leader at the forefront of applied digital strategy, it's no surprise that Lisa is also known around here, or next door, as Professor J. Cox. And she teaches communication strategy and social media right now in the PRCC program. As all of the students in attendance tonight will tell you, Professor J. Cox is as stellar in the classroom as she is in the boardroom. With the audience listening, thought leadership, engagement, and other growth strategies at the center of her work, Lisa has managed marketing and communications for a variety of nonprofit, media, tech, and education brands, such as Fast Company, XP Land, Trinity Church Wall Street, Wildlife Conservation Society, McGraw-Hill, Aviation Week, Architectural Record, and on. The San Diego City Schools. That must have been fun.
Yeah.
When I met Lisa as an adjunct faculty member, when I started just 2 years ago, and then Thea at the 20th anniversary kickoff last fall, I felt like I already knew them. You ever get that feeling? That was really weird because I had never met them before. But I knew there was something big and unique and very NYU familiar about them. I realized that Thea and Lisa are indeed right out of central casting for NYU PRCC graduate program student and alumni. They're positive, abundantly supportive of their peers, professionally crushing it, and deeply grateful for what this program and its professors and its founders and its leaders contributed to their professional success and career trajectory. Thea and Lisa, you have been the wind beneath this celebration. I know it's because of one dude, Jonathan Doorley, and we welcome you to say a few words.
Good evening. As you heard, we were the first students of the program in 2005 to 2008. Professor John Doorley and Fred Garcia's inaugural class. It's an honor to represent our classmates and reflect on their legacy and sheer will to make this program happen. We hope it continues to inspire the next generation of students.
From the very first class, our program co-founders, Professors John Doorley and Professor Garcia, assembled a group of wild talent who knew we were embarking on something exciting together. Professors asked themselves, who is the ideal student? And Professor Garcia told us, this is verbatim, because he's not here to defend himself, it was someone with meaningful life experience. They had to be really thoughtful and capable of doing thoughtful conceptual work, and they needed to apply it immediately. We all understood the assignment, and we had to actively contribute to this industry in the workplace immediately. From there, every class and member of the faculty set us up for success in the challenging world of communications. I'm going to name a few of our professors, and if I left you out, please forgive me because I didn't know you were going to be here. Jim Sakanis showed us what it was to have a meaningful consumer campaign truly look like and make it come to life. Barry Rafferty modeled what it meant to be a fierce female C-suite executive in a male-dominated world. Fraser Seitel taught us how to navigate a classroom, a newsroom, and live on-camera appearance all in the same day. Bob Knowltonmeyer showed us that you can too edit to make it better, not just for the experience, but for your audience. Fred Garcia pushed us to lead with empathy and intelligence, and no matter what the crisis or the event was. And John Doorley reminded us what compassionate communication looks like. Years before, it was a necessity in an evolving and challenging world like today.
The program itself looks a lot like it did 20 years ago, if you can believe it. We were situated right next door in Midtown Center. We went to drinks right across the street at Bryant Park. We learned from the people who wrote our textbooks and also had illustrious careers. They also had stories from major PR crises and famous moments. We were grateful to be able to build connections between the classroom and the world outside our doors.
What brought us to NYU was a lot of different reasons, but we all were yearning for what knowledge was going to be in that time, a little direction and a higher learning that would help us advocate in our careers. And our program founders knew that there was massive potential for higher education in a program for an industry that had mostly been hands-on learning. Ask anyone who's responded to a crisis at 3 a.m. about what hands-on learning looks like. What kept us going was the friendships and professional relationships built along the way, from late night study sessions to capstone reviews, from job referrals, job hunting, industry evolution, our friends hiring us, and those amazing recommendations that we got from our colleagues. Truly, this industry evolution and to what we're seeing right now is an integrated space. I think when we all started and we thought about what communications looked like, it looks a lot like integrated marketing today. Our teachers and classmates inspired us. They gave us new ideas and they had cheered us on through most of our life important moments from the last 20 years.
So today, we're here proudly representing the 20 years of alumni who have benefited from this program. That's 1,754 graduates. We are so honored to be counted among them, and we're continuing to build the legacy of the school and our contributions as faculty members, mentors, and supporters of the PRCC program. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to our hosts for bringing us together, and also for making this reunion and celebration possible. And thank you to the current students who continue our legacy and presence in the industry. Now we'd like to present a brief video from Professor Fred Garcia, who together with John Doorley was one of the program's founding faculty and administration members. At a recent book launch for a fellow alum, Kayla Volpe, Professor Garcia shared about our cohort, the very first class. He quoted from the Talmud, "From my teachers, I have learned much. From my colleagues, I have learned more. But it is from my students that I have learned most." We share that as an example of how he cares about each student. The joy of being a teacher is being able to see our students go out and change the world. Thank you.
John, I am so sorry I don't have the opportunity to be here in person. I'm in Atlanta working with clients all of this week, but I'm delighted to have the opportunity to address you through this video. I am so honored to have shared this journey with you for the past 22 years, from helping you to put the finishing touches on the master's program to helping you welcome the first cohort of students who had about 2 weeks' notice to uproot their lives and come across the country to start studying in a brand new program. And what a remarkable group of professionals they have turned out to be. Also honored to have collaborated with you on 5 full editions of Reputation Management. It is only fitting that the school honor you for your contributions to New York University, to the School of Professional Studies, to the Integrated Marketing and Communication Program, to the Public Relations and Corporate Communication degree, and all you have done for our students, faculty, alumni, staff. Thank you, John.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget about those 2 years of planning. I can't imagine what that took to invent, cook up those two. Well, Johnny, you've been telling me there's been some stories behind there, some shenanigans on where that's where that started. But what a great story. Okay, so as I noted before, the PRCC program launched in 2005 with the first cohort. John T. Doorley Jr. was the founding academic director of the program, right? He led it from 2005 to 2014, and he built this strong foundation. Before joining academia, John built a distinguished career in healthcare industry. In fact, he had served for 13 years in corporate communication roles for Merck. A pioneering voice in reputation management for more than 4 decades, John has been a passionate advocate for nurturing emerging talent and advancing the field of communication through both his professional and academic leadership. And I assure you, and I know our students know, John and Fred last year, and I'm sure you know, John and Fred last year published the 5th edition of Reputation Management which Garcia just reminded of us. So talk about big shoes to fill when I arrived. Since I have arrived, I have heard stories and commendations from all corners about John. I learned from faculty and alumni and his family about how John poured his heart and soul into the development and launch of this program. I heard from Fred Garcia and Shelley Spector about John's dedication to and perseverance during the program's growth. And I've been given high-level, secure details of some inside baseball shenanigans of John, Fred, Renee, Frazier, and yourself, I think, is involved, but he leaves himself out, and others who powered this program forward. To honor the PRCC program, we wanted to do something tonight that honors John's legacy in the most meaningful way possible. When we thought about what that would be, what would be meaningful to him, well, we didn't have to think too long. We knew honoring John meant helping students succeed. What we did had to be all about students. And so we are very pleased, and I am deeply honored to announce the creation of a new scholarship program in John's name to support current graduate students as they rise within the profession. Now, that sentence was supposed to be read for the first time to John tonight, so it's probably a good thing that his family told him a little bit before that. But we are so pleased to officially launch this. Donations to the scholarship have already begun thanks to you extremely generous people. We have reached over $7,000 already just from our students and our faculty members. We know that there are matching gifts from your companies that we ask you to check out, and there's a QR code on every table all over the place if you can give in a way that feels meaningful for you. But tonight it's a year of fundraising for the scholarship, and we'd love for you to continue to support us. Since John could not join us this evening, his family shared the news of the scholarship with him on Sunday. I'm very choked up about this. And you will be too when you see the video. They were kind enough to share some words from John on Sunday. I dare you not to cry.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? What a special event tonight. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there. Just couldn't be, as you'll hear. But not just because it's such a celebration for the program, the school, the university, but also I'll miss all the old friends. Relationships built over the years. The word is public relations. It's individual relationships too, the sum of which is called reputation. So I'm proud of what we've all built together over 20 years, and very happy that the program is so successful, and most important, has contributed to success in Kathy and others have the the numbers in so many countries all over the world with former students in high positions of leadership, creating and navigating through this tumultuous period of communication today. We need people who think substantively and work hard. And so far, I see the graduates are just beautiful. Love so many of you. I'm excited. I'm proud of the faculty over the years. You've done such a great job. And the scholarship initiative, again, I know will be very successful over the coming years. And there'll be more opportunities for students decades to come. I'm very grateful for tonight, and I hope to see all of you soon.
So after that, I'd like, and it's my pleasure, to introduce John's son, Jonathan, who made it possible for us to be here tonight and wants to say a few words. And he films his father, so A+ on it.
So I'm acutely aware of two things. One is that you guys came for the original and you get a cheap knockoff. Two, that I stand between you and the open bar and old friends. So I promise to keep this very, very short. I really just wanted to thank you all for coming this evening. I'm standing up here in two capacities. First, on behalf of my father, and second is the leader of Brunswick's New York office. First things first, as I think everybody is aware by now, my father had double bypass heart surgery on October 20th. He's doing really well. I have no doubt that he will be chasing his granddaughters around on the front lawn come Thanksgiving. Just wasn't ready to be here tonight, but he's really bummed, as you can tell. He wanted to be here with old friends, celebrating this great program and catching up with everybody. Please give him a call. Please send him a note. Please thoroughly embarrass him for everything he said about it tonight. My dad's been a tireless advocate for nurturing and developing talent for a long time. I've lost count of the number of people over the years that have told me how much he's changed their lives personally and professionally. Some of you are in this room tonight. And that's what this program's always been about. How do you do that at scale? NYU is the natural home for that idea. He graduated from here in 1980 with a master's. My mom went here, my sister went here. So NYU felt like the natural place. And then he was lucky enough to find a bunch of people that were crazy like he was to start pulling this thing together. So Fred, Fraser, Tim, Bob, Marty, I'm gonna forget so many people here in the room that really worked together to bring this to life and set it on the right path. Now, with this scholarship and related initiatives, this program will be able to give more opportunities to more students, which is all this is about. Now, over to Brunswick. Our firm has long believed that business can be a force for good. I feel the need to say that very clearly as we stand here in the city right now. To continue to have that privilege of advising those businesses and how to communicate during their most critical issues, we must aggressively pursue and support best-in-class talent. So we wholeheartedly support the PRCC program's commitment to developing future industry leaders. And on that note, we also, the NYU Langone School is an important client of ours. We get to help them with the very important work they're doing. So our institutional ties with NYU are really important to us. So on behalf of my father and Brunswick, congratulations to everybody in the room on 20 years of success. Thank you, Catherine, Kathy, everybody else for pulling this together. It's an honor, really excited about the future. And thank you, everybody in the room, for your enduring friendship, both to my father, my family, and to NYU. Cheers.
Everybody, enjoy. Students meet a lot of people. Never.